Hello and welcome to another campfire. We're going to go ahead and continue playing Book of Unwritten Tales 2. Today we're both on YouTube and Twitch. We found out that the quest that the gnome has been sent on is another trick yet again. Surprise, surprise, I guess.
I don't think the shop is doing well. Sure, a motley selection of armor, weaponry, food, and magic posters always tends to work. But if the shop is stuck out in the middle of nowhere and no one is sending heroes to the area, then who is going to buy all this stuff? The mayor wants 10 wolfskins in exchange for the crossbow. As soon as I have the crossbow, I'll need a silver bolt. Without one, it won't be much help against the werewolf. I'm looking through the shop here. There's a mare. And there's the armor and other stuff. Nothing interesting to be seen.
Hey, if I remember right, the woods is a maze. So let's get lost in a maze.
That's Timmy's scarf. It's torn. There are several branches broken here and here. Oh boy. A few bits of fur. They look exactly the same as those up by the campfire. The werewolf must be on Timmy's trail. I hope the little guy was long gone before it came by.
Look at eyes.
For a long time, people believed that eyes shining in the darkness belonged to dangerous animals that watch you. Turns out they're just glowing eyes without any body, hovering harmlessly in the air. Nothing to worry about. There's something in the undergrowth here. Something big. I can't see what it is. It could be Esther. But it could just as easily be a werewolf or some other monster of the woods. I can't just stand in front of a bush and push the branches apart. What if there's a werewolf in there ready to attack?
I don't think so.
I don't know if I like luminous moss. It gives off a bit of light. That's good, but it looks a bit spooky. Right then, I'll get ready for battle and...
Hello? Anyone there? Oh, hello, little man.
Okay.
May I ask what you're doing here? You don't exactly look like a mushroom picker.
Phew, glad to hear it. I'm on my way to my fiancé's. He lives here in the dark woods in a magnificent castle. At least that's what he wrote. The thunderstorm took me by surprise, and then suddenly this wrinkly old woman was standing there in the middle of the path. She pointed a bony finger at me and gave me a toothless grin. I was distracted, and my horse threw me and vanished into the woods with all my things.
That sounds terrible.
It is. I'm meeting my fiancé, and I don't have a thing to wear.
The old woman on the path. Sounds like she could have been a witch.
Yeah, right. She was so old and shriveled and ugly. I've never been so scared in all my life.
Another enemy to deal with.
Enemy? Are you wood pixies battling these creatures?
Excuse me, I'm a gnome, not a pixie. And I come from the mountains.
I would be very grateful never to see that face again. Hey, if you're a wood pixie and just pixieing around, then could you find the clothes I lost? I'll pay you.
We'll see. I'm Wilbur. Have you by any chance seen a female zombie, a rat, a knight, a werewolf, or a headless horseman anywhere in the woods?
Oh, Lord. No, definitely not. Or more like, happily not.
Do you know the way to the castle? Could you maybe take me with you?
I don't know the way. Laddie wrote me saying I should find a guide in the village. The way through the mountains is very dangerous.
Fladdy, your fiancé?
The Count.
So, what's he like?
Oh, he's a darling. Very rich and very old.
He's
I
bloodsucker.
can't wait to meet him in person.
So, you're engaged to him, but you've never met him?
Why hesitate and risk someone else snapping him away from me?
It's too dangerous here in the woods. Come on, I'll take you to the village.
Uh-huh. Which way?
This way. Or, wait a minute. No. This way. Or, bloody hell, just follow me.
As I already said to your young friend, I won't set foot outside as long as the headless horseman is running around out here.
Then just send word to the castle asking Vladdy to pick me up from here.
Oh, I wouldn't know how. I'm afraid you'll have to wait until the bounty hunter comes back with good news. Be my guest. Make yourself at home. Oh, thank you for bringing her here. I mean, really, thank you. That's not right.
You're welcome.
Alright, back to what I was doing. Okay, it doesn't seem like one of those regular mazes.
The woods are already spooky enough where I am. But over there it gets even more spine-chilling. I bet that the evil heart of the woods is somewhere over in that direction. If the monsters caught Timmy and Esther, then that's probably where they would have been taken. Whew. Get on with it, Wilbur. Yes, at least the werewolf seems to be there. That's good. You can find these stone heads all over Avantasia. They're ancient and no one knows who made them. That's... oh no. What is that?
It is a
Who'd have
very
thought
weird.
You can trap gnomes with scraps of bloody cloth.
A werewolf trap! Impressive!
Thanks.
You're a gnome too, aren't you?
You're a sharp one.
I found my friend's scarf. Not too many other traces, though. How about you?
Some werewolf tracks. and footprints made by a heavy person coming from the direction of the cliffs.
Those must be Esther's tracks.
They disappeared in the undergrowth. No traces of a knight, a headless horseman, or any other horrors.
Perhaps they're ghosts?
Exactly what I thought. Some kind of apparition. Someone is conjuring up all these ghostly figures to try and scare us.
Then we mustn't be scared.
I'm not scared of anything. Well, maybe spiders. I can't stand them. And they sit there waiting, and then suddenly run off, and far too many legs.
I heard the werewolf howling deeper in the woods back there.
He hasn't turned up here yet. Maybe I should try my luck over there. Thanks for the tip.
How are you going to defend yourself against the beast?
Silver bullets, silver arrows, silver bolts. Anything made of silver can injure a werewolf.
Could you perhaps lend me a few of those bolts?
As the word silver would suggest, these things are expensive. Too expensive for shooting at squirrels that choose the wrong moment to sneeze.
Clever trap. It got me, that's for sure.
But you're not a werewolf. Razor-sharp senses, and teeth and claws to match. The cage won't keep him for long, and fighting the beast won't be much fun.
Maybe it would be better if we carried on together. Then we can protect one another. You know what I mean?
You shouldn't even be here. Go back to the village and wait there for 3 days. If I'm not back by then, leave the dark woods and don't look back.
No way! I'm not leaving here without Timmy and Esther.
Then at least scream loudly when the werewolf gets you, so I know where to look.
I think that could be arranged. Wow! Bounty hunter! That's just so cool. Most of us gnomes tend to be nerdy and avoid the big wide world.
You're here too? And you're some kind of mage?
Well, not a proper one. I'm trying to help my friends. No magic involved. What about you? Did the call of adventure lure you?
Gold.
Oh,
Not my dream job, hanging around in shady inns and taking on missions from greasy characters. As soon as I've gathered enough gold together, I'm going back to the caves, and will hopefully forget most of what I've experienced.
yeah, enough talk. We have to find my friends.
I have to track down a headless horseman, and I'll kill the werewolf. I haven't crossed that off my list yet. If I stumble across your friends in the process, fine. If not, so be it.
Wilbur,
What?
my name. Wilbur Weathervane. And I'm worried about Timmy and Esther. I want them back undamaged.
I see what I can do.
Floop. Oh wait, I can follow him? And what else is here?
The trap can't be detected underneath the leaves. A good bit of gnome engineering, complicated and functional. More or less.
Alright, let's follow him. No, that's the same as this. Let's go here. Ah? Is this the beginning? This is the beginning. Alright, what's over here? Okay. And I think this... Is that? No, that's... Okay, that's where that lady was. Alright, so what if we go down? That's where the trap is. Okay. And this is the beginning.
A blood-drenched piece of cloth as bait for a werewolf. My first thought was that it belonged to Timmy, but it's probably just pig's blood or something like that. At least I hope it is. A bit of sand from the stone goblet, dry, but not especially fine. A washing line about 2 troll strides long and still in pretty good shape. A blood-drenched piece of cloth as bait for a werewolf. My first thought was that...
Okay. I think the luggage is the luggage back at that one spot here.
Touch hot coals with my bare hands. I'd need a really, really good reason to do that. I think Nate has been putting a few more logs on the fire since the attack. And it still doesn't radiate a real sense of security. Long sticks are almost as useful as string. You can use them for all sorts of things. The only thing more useful than a bit of string and a long stick is a long stick with a bit of string attached. Fishing rods offer the best of both worlds, and one can do practically anything with them. Like, well, fishing, for example. Let's say, being generous, charitable and all that, white bedsheet. The wool blanket is old and has been darned several times. I'm sure it came from the rubbish heap under Seastone. Still, it'll keep you warm and won't go all kaflooey.
And we... No. I don't remember seeing a lake.
Hello.
Well, looky here if it isn't my knight in shining armor and accomplished guide.
It didn't take us that long to get out of the woods.
You should try it in high heels.
Oh, don't take it personally. The mayor didn't want to take me up to the castle either.
Yeah, but you're you, and I'm, well, just luck.
Why would he want to take you up to the castle more than me? I asked him very politely.
We're wasting our time. All that guy thinks about is the headless horseman, and that he could be the last villager to be kidnapped or something like that. Some of us here have real problems to deal with.
As luck would have it, I just saw some armor for female fighters.
Yeah, I saw that too. Do you think Laddie would like it?
No idea. It wouldn't stop a hail of arrows, I'll tell you that.
Hail of arrows? That thing isn't intended for battle.
You got that right. One broad axe to the leg and it'd be game over.
A lady don't go near arrows or axes. She has others fight for her. And this kind of armor would help it along a ways.
But what if a young lady really does want to fight? Doesn't she deserve a proper set of armor?
Looking good and knowing what you want. It's the only way to get ahead in life.
That wolf skin you have there, could you give it to me?
What? Get your own.
But I need it. No, actually, I need 10.
But what about me? I'm supposed to freeze just 'cause you need a fur?
If you're cold, I'd be happy to give you this nice warm wool blanket.
Thank you, but this fur is just fine.
Yes, but... Don't you think that fur looks a little, you know, strange?
What do you mean?
Well, it's just... Oh, I don't know. It's not that chic.
You gotta
That
feel
fur
for
is
the...
so fluffy and warm, and I really don't care what those crazy animal protection people say.
Oh, it's not that. It's fashion. In Seastone, the ladies there use wool blankets. Lovely.
Are you kidding? Oh, I just remembered. Vladdy in one of his letters once described wolves as his children of the night.
Well, in that case, you really don't want to be caught with a wolf skin, do you? And it just so happens I have a really beautiful wool blanket on offer today.
Much better.
Alright. Can I cut it up into 10 pieces? Alright, let's bargain.
Hello?
Oh, yes?
Look! A wolf skin.
You still need 9 more.
You didn't even look at it.
It was a wolf skin. You're missing 9.
Do you really need 9 more skins? I mean, you weren't even interested in the first one.
The quest is 10 wolf skins for a light crossbow. 1 skin has been handed over, 9 are still needed. If it'll make it more fun for you, I can think up a story about why I need them.
You don't happen to sell wolf skins, do you?
Oh, sure, yes, 1 wolf skin for, 3 harpy feathers.
Ah, forget it. See you again sometime.
I hope so. I really do.
Okay. Can I use my handy dandy fishing rod? No.
I can't see anything. The wolf skin is lying right in front of the hole.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Got it.
I hope I don't have to keep doing this.
I've got another wolf skin for you. Different one.
Oh, fantastic! You just need 8 more.
But of course. Back in a minute.
That makes 10. So, did you gain experience while completing the quest?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no one likes a generic collect quest.
It kills time. Isn't that the point?
Not really.
Here's your crossbow.
Ah, very nice. Now I finally got everything I need to go deeper into the woods. Wish me luck.
Oh, I do. And you'll need it.
Hello.
What?
You don't have any silver, do you? Then I could use it to make a silver crossbow bolt to protect myself against the werewolf.
Of what interest is a werewolf in the woods to me? I want to go to the castle. That's in the other direction.
Yes, but once the werewolf is out of the way, I can take care of the headless horseman. And once he's out of the way, the mayor will take us to the castle.
That's a bit complicated. I'd rather stage a clothing malfunction and convince the idiot to do anything for me that way. But that's risky. I wrote Blatty that I was a virtuous virgin.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any silver or not?
Of course I do. I have my silver jewelry. But I'm not wasting it on your shenanigans.
I think there might be a way to let the Count know that you're here.
Oh, really?
All I need is a little silver.
For what?
I'm going to send him light signals. Morse code, you know? If I had a really, really good mirror, then the moonlight would be enough for that. And as everyone knows, nothing reflects moonlight better than silver.
Of course. You're always hearing people say the silver moon and stuff like that.
That's right. I would melt the silver and vapor deposit it onto a piece of glass.
Smart boy. So how much silver do you need?
About the same amount as a silver crossbow bolt.
Well, if everything goes to plan, then I'll soon have coffers full of the stuff. Let me know when you're ready. It's important.
I have to go. Save my friends. See you.
A hot cocoa. That'd do fine.
All right. Time to do some smelting.
The goblet is almost full to the brim with silver jewelry. Didn't look much to begin with. Ah, hot. In fact, it's hot enough to melt the silver in the goblet. The silver in the stone goblet's melted. A standard crossbow bolt made of iron, about a human hand long and very heavy. I wouldn't like to be hit by something like that. Unfortunately, completely useless against werewolves. Only thing that works against them is silver. Gulliver!
Wilbur, how can we help?
There should be a lot of psychokinetic energy in the heart of the wood.
What's that?
Well, it's a kind of energy emitted by supernatural things. You can locate it using a little device with arms attached. Could you make a device like that?
A little device with arms sticking out. Not exactly a precise description. Can you get me the blueprints? Then Nate and I can try our luck.
No, I don't think so. If we can't build a PKE detector ourselves, then we're going to have to get hold of the mayor somehow. But he doesn't want to give his up because it reliably detects supernatural beings.
What do you suggest?
I'm working on it. Right then. Hold the fort.
We're here if you need us.
The little fellow is hanging on in there. I'm sure he's trying to work out a way to help me. If you could look into that head of his, I'm sure you'd see little cogs whirring around like crazy. I could make an imprint of the bolt in the sand, but I'm carrying the sand in my pocket. The imprint will instantly fall to bits.
A little more is required for this smelting than I thought. I was just going to be able to dip the...
The crossbow alone isn't going to be much help against the werewolf. I'll need a bolt made of silver before I can venture in there.
I got myself lost, didn't I? There we go.
I could make an imprint of the bolt in this. The imprint would instantly fall. This would be a perfect place to grill a sausage. Not as hot as an open fire, but still hot enough. Timmy's favourite scarf. I'll return it to him as soon as I found him.
Stumped I am.
The bedsheet could... Ta-da! Time for a ghost performance. Whoa! 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 Oh! Ooh.
What are you doing?
I am the ghost of the wood.
Haven't we got enough real spooks around here? Do you have to dress up like one too?
I don't know what you're talking about. Ooh.
I can see your feet. And is that my bedsheet?
You haven't settled the ghost of the wood, but I will return. Ooh. I don't know how, but he recognized me. It may be because he has a lot of experience with ghostly apparitions, living in the dark woods and all. Or it may have been my feet poking out from under the sheet. Nah, I better let her stew. Hello.
Oh, ghost. What was that all about?
I thought, a little joke might lighten the atmosphere around here.
Don't joke about ghosts.
Could we talk about the detector again? I really do need it badly to find the heart of the wood.
And I needed to detect supernatural threats around me. As long as the device reliably warns me of any spectral activity, it's an essential companion.
See you again sometime.
I hope so. I really do.
The shelves seem to be some kind of catch-all for things even the most optimistic shop. If I had more... I don't think the shop is doing well. Sure, a motley selection, but if the shelves seem to... If I...
No, nothing in there.
Wilbur, how can we help?
I dressed up as a ghost, but even though I was totally convincing, that stupid mare recognized me right away. It was mainly my feet that gave me away.
Then let's use my head to play the ghost. Turn me into a ghost.
Here's a white sheet to start with.
And? Scared?
Sort of. I've come up with an idea on how we can get you to fly.
Really?
Yes. I don't want to go into detail, but let's just say there's something to do with this homemade fishing rod.
I see. Tie it up.
Done. What do you think, Gulliver? Is it time to give the mare a bit of a fright?
We can at least give it a go.
Oh, a flying ghost this time. Oh, very nice. He doesn't look very scary.
But he can speak.
Oh, yeah, nice effect. But I've already seen ventriloquists at the fun fair.
But
We'll be back. Oh! Let's get out of here.
everything usually startles him.
He didn't seem scared this time. Don't let your head drop. We'll think of something and try again.
Then we'll just have to make the costume even spookier. Gulliver,
Yes?
right then. Hold the fort.
We're here if you need us.
Hmm.
The bounty hunter hasn't deactivated the trap, probably hoping for a chance capture. I should stay clear of it. It could be a long time before someone comes to rescue me this time. So the woods weren't just a source of wood for the villagers, they also dug clay there. Looks like some kind of press. If I had to guess, I'd say it was used to press clay bricks into shape.
Okay.
I wonder if the villagers dug too deep and woke up some kind of ancient evil. If If so, the ancient evil must have been sleeping very close to the surface. I should be able to loosen a really nice lump of clay just with my bare hands. Yep, no problem. The bolt imprint in the clay is going to be useless like that. The clay has cracks and holes everywhere. A nice lump of clay, perhaps a couple of pounds. Sea stone pounds, that is, not brack pounds. Hard to say what destroyed the kiln, and when. Could have been time, wind and rain, but it could just as easily have been animals or other things. By all appearances, there's been no clay dug here for years. And the rain will ensure that there won't be much to see here in a few years' time. The hinge is rusted through. Forcing the press might make it break. I'd better repair it first. A wooden press used to press lumps of clay into bricks. At least that's what it was built for. Presumably you could use it to press other things if it wasn't broken. My guess is that the bricks were once fired right here in the woods. Makes complete sense. Not only is there lots of firewood here, the clay is also very moist and loses a lot of weight during firing. Why would you drag all that water into the village just to let it evaporate there?
I think I got everything out of this place then. Alright, let's see if Gulliver can do something about it.
Yes?
Could you maybe repair this press, Gulliver?
Nate, that's a job for you, isn't it? The boy has long overtaken his old man when it comes to repairs.
What? That's it? Wow, you're quick. Right then, hold the fort.
We're here if you need us.
A perfect clay brick. An absolutely perfect impression of an iron bolt. I'd better not put the impression into my pocket. It could get distorted. But I could use it here in the area if I'm very careful. I don't think that the open fire would be suitable for firing clay. It's too hot. Yeah, the water in the clay would evaporate too quickly and deform it. Okay then, A permanent imprint of the crossbow bolt. That's the water from the clay. The block was pretty damp. The block was distorted, and, if my eyes don't deceive me, it's also shrunk by at least a third of its original size. I can't do anything with this impression of the bolt. Now it's smaller than it should be and crooked and wonky to boot. Shame.
Did I put it in the fire? Alright, let's try this again. No, it's broken. Okay.
I can't do anything with this impression of the bolt. Now it's smaller than it should be and crooked and wonky to boot. Shame. Gulliver.
Yes?
Right then.
We're here.
Nate has tried type. He even managed it occasionally. But Timmy always crept back into Esther's coat pocket. An old axe, the handle and the parts of the head are very weathered, but the blade is still reasonably sharp. Gulliver, I'm just thinking, if we could get our ghosts to glow using a couple of hot pieces of coal.
Or how about glowing eyes? That would be even scarier.
Great idea. Then all we need is some kind of holder for them. And we need to be very careful. Those coals are very hot.
Oh, right. Here, hold these. Don't lose them.
Here.
Nate, give me 2 pieces of coal. Red glowing ones from down at the bottom, if possible. And? How do I look?
That is really spooky. And also just a touch revolting.
That's how it should be.
Alright,
Gulliver.
let's see how that works.
Yes?
This time we'll do it.
Let's spook! Oh, whoa! Ooh, whoa!
Wow! Oh, that looks really scary. Well done.
Aha! Then you should use your PKE and see what it says.
I don't need it. I know there's nothing supernatural at work here.
How do you know that?
Well, for one, I can see the string you're using to hold up the ball of whatever it is. And I can see you. I'm even speaking to you.
Ah, okay. I'll give you that one.
Wilbur?
But the eyes look great. And the voice is good too. How'd you manage to make it sound as if it came from the ghost?
Why do I smell burning?
That voice isn't coming from me. It's coming from...
Fire! Fire! Ah! Ah! Wilbur, where are you? Ah! Ow! What the devil is going on here? Where is everyone?
What is that?
The, rubber ball has changed itself into an evil skull.
Right. I'm an evil, terrible, demonic skull. Fear me.
But I'm not getting any sign of supernatural activity.
Oh, that's because us evil demons have learned how to haunt without being recognized.
That's not possible.
But there's more. Get the man with the PKE, the Heart of the Wood said.
No.
We shall return.
That was unexpected.
We're doomed.
No, I'll find the heart of the wood and put an end to this. Have no fear. See you later.
Alright. That still doesn't resolve our...
Wilbur, well, how do you think we did? From what I saw up there, he almost wet himself.
That would have made me feel even more guilty. I wish we didn't have to scare him that badly.
All for a good cause. If you can track the Heart of the Wood with the PKE and destroy it, then you'll actually be helping him. Here, catch.
If I use it in the woods, it'll show me the way to the heart of the woods. But first, I'll need something to defend myself against werewolves.
Then go to it.
Every time I talk to him, I see that dreadful combination of hope and despair in his eyes. I won't do that any more than absolutely necessary.
Ah, very good. Some of my best. Esther says the left one is the most handsome one I have.
A solid piece of gnome engineering. As soon as one gets close to something supernatural, the arms on the sides of the device lift up. We should be able to use it to find the heart of the wood. I could make an imprint of the bolt in the imprint.
No, that's not what I wanted. Why won't you get yourself some new clay to try it again?
I'm not sure what I should ask him just now. Yeah, I better let us do. time I talk to him, I see that... Every time... I wonder if I could press the sand into some kind of brick. It's dry, and that might prevent it from sticking together very well. It worked! The sand has formed a pretty solid block. Just the same, I'd better leave it in the press so that it doesn't fall apart. A very good mold of the boat. I can't see any difference from the original. This is the moment of truth. Nate, can you carefully pour the molten silver into the sand mold without burning your robot hand things? Be careful. Very, very careful. Brilliant. Well done. There was just enough silver. The mold in the sand is filled to the brim and it's starting to cool. Now we wait. Perfect! It looks exactly like the iron boat, only this one will be able to inflict some damage on a werewolf as well. Now I finally got everything I need to go deeper into the woods. Wish me luck.
Take care, Wilbur, and shout if you need any help.
Why is everybody telling me to do that?
Whew. Okay. Time to hunt me a werewolf. No! Be gone, you beast!
Spiders.
That was pretty easy. Everything okay?
Has she gone?
I drove it away, and I thought that I hadn't hit it.
She surprised me. I hate spiders.
Everything's fine. The danger's past. At least as long as the werewolf doesn't... Timmy? Don't!
Are you crazy? I would have got him.
That was my friend Timmy. He isn't a werewolf, he's a were-rat.
Did you know about it?
He was often ill. Always became very reclusive when that happened.
Perhaps once a month, during a full moon?
Remy never told me how Timmy's parents died. It could have been a werewolf attack.
Dangerous beasts. Nothing but anger, hate, and muscle. Also fur. Your friend shouldn't have kept it a secret from you. He would have ripped you to pieces if he'd had half the chance.
Timmy was sleeping in Esther's jacket pocket when we arrived in the dark woods. He didn't know it was always night with a full moon here. And out there in the real world, it was another 2 weeks before the full moon.
Perhaps it's not his fault, but he's dangerous. If he attacks me, I'll defend myself.
I'll find a way to break the werewolf's curse. Maybe there's a library with magic books up at the castle. The sorcerer might have been interested in werewolves. Or maybe the Count knows something. He seems very fond of wolves.
Good luck with that. As far as I know, only a shot to the head with a silver bolt can break the curse.
It won't come to that. We'll look for Esther in the heart of the wood, and I'll take care of Timmy.
As long as he doesn't take care of us first.
We should continue on together and watch each other's backs.
Perhaps that isn't the worst idea. I've normally got a good sense of orientation, but in these strange woods...
No problem. I got this.
What is it?
This device can tell us how close we're getting to a source of supernatural energy.
Genius! We just have to keep to the paths where the device reacts strongest.
That's right. Our senses can be fooled, but not good old gnome technology.
Let's go. By the way, my name is Lizzie Pebblebrook. My friends call me Tin Lizzie because, well, it's quite obvious, really.
I think this thing is just leading us round in circles.
I don't believe it. Look! The heart of the woods.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Pretty much, yep.
We have to be prepared for anything. Headless horsemen, paladins, witches, spiders. There could be a whole army waiting for us in there.
Ladies first? Whatever is living in the cave under the tree, it's killed off all the trees close by. Only the tree directly above the cave entrance is alive. Well,
Ish.
more or less. Well, okay then. I'll lead. Esther!
Well, 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 who have we here?
Archmage! You're alive! What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm not alive. I'm just a ghost, thanks to you.
But...
Thanks to your incompetence and stupidity.
Enough! You're not the Archmage!
Wilbur, how can you say such a thing? I was your friend, and you didn't prevent my death.
Who are you really?
Silence!
Archmage Alistair and Remy were my friends! I forbid you to pretend they're here!
Don't you understand, Wilbur? We relied on you and you have abused our trust. You disappointed us and you will disappoint Gulliver, Timmy and the others too. You're just a stupid little boy who makes everything worse.
Rubbish. Don't listen to him, Wilbur. No, a spider.
Yes! I will suck you dry.
Stop! I know who you are!
And...
Sorcerer Van Buren never left this place, right? You're his ghost. Or you're the ghost of the wood woken by Van Buren.
Yes, I'm the ghost of the sorcerer, and I'm the ghost of the woods. You can't stop me.
You're both?
I'm much more. Fear me.
You're always whatever we're most afraid of.
I'm death, disease, loss, failure, humiliation. The monster under the bed. The creature in the cupboard.
Lizzie's afraid of spiders. Esther of the Paladin who once chopped her head off. And me? I don't want to make any mistakes and cause anything nasty to happen to my friends.
But you can't prevent it. Neither of you will leave this cave alive. And then I'll get your friends one by one.
You aren't real. Arrows and bolts just fly straight through you.
Nothing can harm me. You're lost desperately.
You only have power if we give it to you, right?
No, I am real. I will kill your friend.
Yeah? Go on then.
I will sink my fangs into your skull.
No, you won't! The spider isn't real, Lizzie.
I am. Fear is real.
It can only paralyze us if we let it. Why are you backing off? Are you gonna bite her or what?
Yes. Why should I be scared of you if you can't do anything to me?
But what if I can? You can't be sure.
I'll take the risk.
You can't destroy me. I'm always here.
But we can control you. Everything okay?
Yes, I'm all right now.
Esther hasn't made a sound yet. I hope she's all right. And I hope she can walk. It'll be a long walk back if I have to carry her. Esther, how are you doing?
He's going to cut my head off, and then I won't be able to look after Gulliver and Nate anymore.
Don't worry, Esther. That thing is gone. It can't hurt you now.
The Paladin, he wants to chop my head off. Who's going to take care of both my boys then?
Gulliver and Nate are fine. They're both waiting for you at the campfire.
Yes, for now, but the Paladin wants to chop my head off. And who'll take care of them if that happens?
Look at me, Esther. There's no one here who wants to do you any harm. The ghost has disappeared.
He has gone?
It's gone, and it won't come back as long as you don't let it.
He said that he was going to get Nate. As soon as he has chopped my head off, he was going to get my little boy.
It won't come to that. I'll explain, but not here. Let's join Nate and Gulliver by the nice warm fire, okay?
Yes, yes. Oh, thank you, Wilbur.
All sorts of small stuff and a few pieces of clothing, too. Yes, this thing fed off its victims' fear. It made them ill, perhaps even drove them mad. They were no longer able to think of anything else, didn't eat, and no one in the town knew what had happened.
What else is in here? Oh my goodness.
A picture of a clown. Funny. Even though I spent quite a bit of time in Seastone, I don't know much about fish. I'm a child of the mountains. I'm pretty sure that this must be a dolphin, though, as it wants to play with a swimmer.
Oh, what is this?
A man waving at the observer in a friendly manner. He's wearing a name tag. Looks like his name is Claus. I don't get it. I don't like it when you really have to think to get the meaning of art. What is this Claus picture trying to tell us? Someone once told me that dolphins weren't actually fish at all. They were actually birds, because they flew through the water with their wings, just like birds through the air. Might be something to that. A little mirror, a flute, shoes, scarves, and there's a hair clip. Lots of little things, all mementos of the abducted villagers. I will talk to the mayor and offer to bring everything back to the village once I've freed Timmy from the curse and found the sorcerer's book. A sad clown is art, everyone knows that, but this one here looks pretty normal to me.
Just has some jagged teeth.
As soon as she takes Gulliver and Nate into her arms and knows that everything is okay, she'll forget this cave in no time. Pretty scary, eh?
Ooh, too right. What do you think it was?
A demon? A ghost? Some headless creature that only becomes powerful when we give it power? I believe that after the sorcerer died, the people in the village were so afraid something terrible would happen that this is exactly what did happen.
And if they hadn't been so afraid, they could all still be here.
My uncle was always afraid of becoming ill. That made him ill. And if you're afraid of dying, it can make you forget how to live. You know what I mean?
You're quite the philosopher, Wilbur Weathervane.
I've just been thinking a lot how it's better to do things and maybe fail than not to do things because you're too scared to fail.
Yeah, alright.
I
Time
know
to go
two
back.
people who are longing to see you, Esther.
And I know someone who owes us a sack of gold.
Come on, let's go.
So, there was never a curse?
That's right. No curse, no real threat. Only fear made it become a reality.
Oh, well, then I'll try to be more open-minded in the future and not always assume the worst.
You can start by welcoming my zombie friends into your village.
We'll see. At least I'll talk to them.
That would be good. Why did fear show itself to you in the form of a headless horseman?
Oh, my grandfather always used to tell me the story about a headless horseman. I was terribly scared of it, but it was still my favourite story.
And if there's enough hysteria, you'll believe anything, even that ghost stories are real. If my memory serves me right, you promised a sack full of gold to the person who hunted down the headless horseman.
Of course, and you have earned it.
We earned it. You get half of this, Lizzie.
That won't be necessary. See you around.
She took the whole thing.
Yes. See you later.
I think she just, never mind.
Now you know how to defend yourself against the curse. So could you please show me the way to the old Van Buren castle?
Oh, yeah, of course. You and the enchanting young lady.
Huh, and about time too.
I better draw myself a good map. I'm sure I'll be going back and forth between the castle and the village a few more times. My friends are here and Timmy is still somewhere in the woods.
Fine, let's go.
Thank you, Mr. Whale. I drew my path on the map very carefully. This way, we can always return to the village if necessary.
No need. I'll only leave the castle one more time, with a few crates of gold.
What do you mean?
This place sucks, don't you think?
The castle will blossom in your presence, just like me.
Laddie!
My moonshine.
You won't believe what I've been through. I need a bath this instant.
But of course, my love. Then perhaps a light dinner, and then let's just see what the evening holds in store.
Ahem.
Are you her servant?
No,
You can be my servant. My Igor died years ago. For good this time.
Actually, I wanted to...
Wipe your shoes, or you'll have to clean everything again.
But... here we go again. A shallow water bowl for the chickens. Empty. They've no use for an empty bowl. The chicken coop is in pretty much the same condition as the castle. Skew whiff. And the roof leaks.
House full of chicks. Alright.
The count seems to like chickens. That's a good sign. Anyone who likes animals can't be a bad person. I'd say that coach hasn't moved a meter since old Van Buren's day. Several spokes are broken. Yes. Ooh, there's a small tree growing out of one of the seats. I wonder how many owners this castle had before Van Buren. Too bad it's so run down. Soon it'll be nothing but ruins. Oh, fine. Lovely. Ooh, scary people. I can't tell if these are relatives of the sorcerer or the count. The only certainty is that these are some of the creepiest faces I have ever seen. But they look somehow generous.
Wax really needs to be cleaned down bad.
How many candles must have burned here to leave a pile of wax that big? Or are those magic candles that have been burning for decades?
Can I carve through it?
If I need a load of candle wax, I know where I can find it.
Well, I wait until you think you need it. Just go ahead and take it now. No?
The stairs don't just lead upwards, they also go down into an impenetrable blackness. Dungeons, tombs, all kinds of things that I don't want anything to do with could be down there. A heavy wooden chest with 7 seals. 2 of them are open. There are some pretty strange characters here in the gallery, but this one really takes the cake. Could be where the book is hidden, but it could also contain the Count's well-protected underwear. Either way, there's no sign of how to open the 5 remaining seals. Could be where the book is. Either way.
Ah, there you are, Igor. Prepare dinner for my fiancée. And set the table with all the trimmings. We want to have a romantic meal before withdrawing.
My name's Wilbur.
My servants are all called Igor. Igor, his father Igor, his grandfather Igor, and his father too.
Whew, you certainly had a lot of servants.
That's why it's too late now to get used to a new name. I'll call you Igor. I would even give you Igor's old suit, if I had it.
The villagers told me that the mad sorcerer Ashcroft Van Buren used to live here.
That is correct, until he was hung, drawn, and quartered. The wizards and paladins didn't do things by halves, just quarters. They took everything that was of interest or value to them. They left the rest here.
Was there a book amongst the things left behind?
The Sorcerer's Diary. Yes, I found that a few months after I moved in a secret desk drawer.
No, I mean, more of a magic book, you know, with incantations and such.
No, not that I know of.
The large chest in the hall looks like it's been there a long time. Is it yours?
Van Buren had it built, but now it belongs to me. The painting up there is of him. The chest and the painting are the only things the mages wanted to take with them, but they couldn't. Both are bound to the castle by powerful magic.
Ooh, so there must be something important in there.
I don't know. I've only been able to open 2 of the 7 seals.
Maybe that's where he kept his spellbook.
Is it valuable? The young ladies are getting ever more demanding these days, and my new line of guano skin cream for the man of the world hasn't done quite as well as I hoped.
Master, maybe I can help opening the chest for you. I'm good at that kind of thing.
If you wish, as long as it doesn't clash with your other tasks, I want to be sure my little bunny rabbit is properly pampered. Here, this sorcerer's diary. I was able to open the first 2 seals with the help of this.
Thank you, Master. Do you know much about werewolves?
Not particularly. Us and them, we don't get on. Normal wolves, yes. They're the children of the night, and I like standing on the balcony of an evening, listening to them singing. But werewolves, poor souls that have been cursed and can feel nothing but primitive anger and hate.
Is there any way to get rid of the curse?
Of course, quite easily. You have to kill the werewolf that cursed you in the first place.
And if you don't know who it was?
Then you can only hope that a friend pumps your head full of silver.
No way!
I mean, does it have to be a bullet? Can I just, make them in just silver?
And what may I serve you and the young Miss Kiki?
For the young lady, a rocket salad with vinegar, oil, and strips of chicken breast. That's what young ladies eat these days. Nothing for me, thank you.
Not even a little bite?
Maybe later. Until then, I'll make do with a
Just a
glass
nibble.
of red wine.
As you wish, Master. I'll go and find the chef and order the salad.
I don't have a chef. I normally order out.
But I can't cook.
How hard can it be to make a salad with vinegar and oil? Make haste, Igor.
Very well. Count Olaf, Master. I saved your fiancée in the forest. She was thrown from a horse and lost her way.
The poor child. What luck that nothing happened to her. I've been waiting for her for so long.
I heard you've been married a few times.
Many times. Unfortunately, I've never grown old with any of my lovers. I am cursed. I'm forced to try again every few years with a new, young woman.
Just a few years?
Oh, that's terrible. I'm really sorry.
Warden, thank you for adding some logs to the fire.
What was it with Igor and his uniform?
Your predecessor, Igor, made himself at home in the cellar, Igor. He had a bed, a desk, all his belongings. I think now you're the new Igor. It is all yours.
And Igor's uniform?
It will be amongst his things. Go and have a look. But be careful. It's dark down there.
I could take a candle.
I don't think that's a very good idea. They are attracted to light.
They?
Things that live in the darkness. Igor had due respect for them, and never dared go down there with a light.
Perhaps the uniform isn't important after all. If you'll excuse me, Master, work calls.
Make haste. My little honey bunny has gone upstairs to take a bath, and could come back down at any minute.
What is upstairs?
Nothing of interest to you. Your place is down here. And tomorrow I'll show you the cellar and the crypt.
I can hardly wait.
Let's talk more work, Igor.
Are these just decorative plates, or can they be used? Nate once ate fried potatoes off of the Queen's face in Elfborough. Ivo's mother was not amused.
Igor, be more careful.
I didn't do anything. The plate just flew off the wall.
I've lived here for 10 years. Castle Orlofstein has never been haunted.
Weird.
Did that open a seal?
Hurry. Incense? Not something I really expected to find in a place this old. On the other hand, maybe the Count also noticed that it sometimes smells a little mouldy and musty in here. A lovely glass with a thick bottom. Glasses made of perfect transparent glass like this are very rare and expensive. The Count seems to be a wine lover. Red wine, to be exact. Seems to me the Count doesn't need a servant for his wine. He refills the glass himself. The sorcerer's diary the Count found hidden in a desk drawer. The Count opened the first 2 seals with its help. The worms cannot comprehend my genius. That is why they say I'm insane. Rutherford does not trust us. He will deceive us, I know. He will be the first to die once we have the power of the Nameless One. Who is Rutherford? Here is a drawing of the various seals. There's something written next to each seal. The second seal is opened with the blood of innocence. The seal is already opened. Maybe the Count cut his finger peeling potatoes and then he touched the seal.
Yeah.
Only the hand of the truly greatest sorcerer of all time can open this seal. The third seal will only open when the word open is spoken in Ratish. Only those who feel insatiable hunger can open the fourth seal. The fourth seal is already open. No idea how the Count managed that one. He never eats anything. The fifth seal can only be opened by the breath of death. Death breath. The sixth seal is opened by the invisible key that is visible to all. Only one of worthy heart can open the seventh and final seal. No one is smarter than I. I have devised a chest for my most valuable possession with 7 seals that only I can open. Each seal can be opened only in a very special manner and only I know how. Each mechanism is more clever than the one before. And there's a list describing how each seal is opened. It's a good thing the sorcerer was so proud of his work. Two seals are already open. 5 are still closed. The note should help me.
Alright. Alright, let's see if I'm the greatest mage.
The Count has opened the first 2 seals using the instructions in the diary. That leaves 5. This seal is opened by an invisible key that is visible to all. What could that be? According to this diary, I've met death. That may be because the Death and Gnome live burial call was never a success. Or it could have something to do with my having buried him and then forgetting to dig him up again. The seal is supposed to open when you say the word open in Ratish. Obviously Van Buren spoke more languages than I do. The truly greatest mage of all time. Who could that have been for an egomaniac like Ashcroft Van Buren? Archmage Alistair? Or, of course, he means himself. Which presents a problem.
Okay.
From the outside, it looks as though the castle has at least 5 or 6 floors. And
Painting
old
change.
castles often have cellars and dungeons too. Judging from the outside, I'd say at least 5 or 6. And old castles like this one often have cellars and dungeons too. A lot of
How
work
did
for just
the-
one Igor.
The painting changed.
Am I nuts, or are those paintings different from before? Hard to believe how high the ceiling is in this hall. The chandelier chains disappear into the gloom. Igor pitched camp down there in the cellar, and because of them, he never took a light down there with him. Ah, matches, scented candles, barbecue sauce without garlic, shopping list. And this? Eastwards till you reach the dead beetles, then north until it echoes. Further to the west to the broken water pipe, and then directly north to where the odorless gas is. Now eastwards to the creaking board, then follow the corridor northwards. An orientation aid from old Igor. I'll take that. Hey! The letters are glowing. Igor thought it through and wrote it in magic ink. A dead end.
Yeah, where you go? Okay, that goes. And they said west, right?
Eastwards till you reach the dead beetles, then north until it echoes. Further to the west to the broken water pipe, and then directly north to where the odorless gas is. Now eastwards to the creaking board, then follow the corridor northwards.
Okay, so west.
Oh, it's cold here.
Okay, that's the hint, right? Oh, God damn it.
Eastwards till you reach the dead beetles, then north until it echoes. Further to the west to the broken water pipe, and then directly north to where the odorless gas is. Now eastwards to the creaking board, then follow the corridor northwards.
Okay, so north?
A dead end. A dead end. A dead end. A dead end.
I don't know why I have such a bad habit of doing that.
Eastwards till you reach the dead beetles, then north until it echoes. Further to the west to the broken water pipe, and then directly north to where the odorless gas is. Now eastwards to the creaking board, then follow the corridor northwards.
Alright, so we're taking a stab at this one.
I wonder why Igor set up camp here, of all places. There's nothing else in the cellar except for junk and... them. It would appear the Count doesn't pay very well. Apart from the bed, this cupboard and what's in it, Igor doesn't seem to have owned very much. That's it! My very own Igor uniform! It would appear the Count doesn't pay very well. Apart from the bed, this cupboard and what's in it, Igor doesn't seem to have owned very much. It may be old and not fit me properly, but Igor must have loved this uniform, and I will cherish it too.
Yeah, it's not bad.
The pictures don't seem to be alive like in the Mage Tower in Seastone, but they seem to constantly change. Very handy if you have more paintings than space on the walls.
Just a slideshow, huh?
My master, I mean the Count, has forbidden me to go up there, and I think I'll listen to him. Castle's pretty ramshackle, and the book should be in the chest anyway. A small wood stove like that can't even begin to heat such a huge building. Here in the hallway, it's exactly the same temperature as outside. I can't kill one of these chickens. And even if I could, I don't want to. Sure, I mean, I like sausages and steaks and sometimes maybe a bucket of fried chickens. But that's different. Those fried chickens don't run around clucking.
They don't, huh? Okay.
Ooh, the space here isn't just brighter and friendlier than the entrance hall. All the candles make it a lot warmer too. Not bad, but something is still missing.
Oh. Alright, travel. Let's go to the camp. I haven't talked to them.
Wilbur!
I knew I could find the way back from the castle. And I almost didn't fall into 2 crevices. Or the same one twice.
Well done.
I have a long trip home ahead of me once I get that book from the chest. I don't know whether any of the others will join me. I'm sure they all would if I asked them. But things could get dangerous in Seastone, and I don't want any of them getting hurt. Like father, like son. They deserve some rest after the last few days. Hi, Esther.
Hello, Wilbur. Whatever are you wearing?
My uniform. It's quite itchy and musty, but, you know, what can you do?
You could take it off?
But it was so difficult to get hold of. That took it out to them, didn't it?
Yes. They have to recharge their batteries. You should have a bit of a rest too, Wilbur. You must be exhausted. Do you want me to make you something to eat?
Oh, something to eat would be great. I've been hungry since we got here.
Then I'll make you a sausage. These are Timmy's favorite sausages. I wanted to surprise him with them tonight.
I will help him, Esther, I promise.
I know. Just be careful with the little fella.
As long as he's careful with me.
Ready. Careful. Hot.
Ow! Ooh! Ah! Thanks. You look thoughtful.
I was just thinking about what a lucky woman I am. I've got a partner who loves me and a wonderful son. Everyone is healthy and we're all together. You only think about these things when something bad happens, or nearly happens.
About the seal.
How can I help?
Would you happen to know how to say open in Ratish?
No, not a clue. Timmy never spoke to me in Ratish, nor Ethel for that matter.
Yes. Presumably they only speak their language amongst themselves. See you later, Esther. I have to go.
Bye.
The string's burnt, but the stick seems to be stickish.
Well, you stick to it.
Mr. Whale looks less anxious and stressed. Even with the big task ahead of him, filling the village with life again.
Hello, Mr. Weathervane.
And? How's life without fear?
Oh, it feels good. I've finally got time to recruit new inhabitants for the village.
Glad to hear it.
I thought about putting an ad in the paper. Somberville. Deserted village in cursed region seeks citizens to occupy houses of previously abducted and murdered villagers. How does that sound?
I don't know. My friends up at the campfire could move into one of the houses. They're very nice, and Gulliver and Nate are skilled craftsmen. They could get the village back into shape in no time.
I don't think that we want their type here.
But that's unfair. Just imagine that you're a family man and have never done anything wrong in your entire life. You and your wife have always worked hard, you have a great son, and then you come to a village that's urgently looking for residents.
Yes, but they're zombies.
So what? Imagine a zombie village that doesn't want you and your wife and child because you're different. What would you think of people like that, huh?
Well, you can't really... Well, I suppose I could talk to your friends.
You do that. After the sorcerer was chopped up, where did you bury his bits?
Oh, you know, here and there.
Not all in one grave.
Oh, no. It was feared that his brother or someone else could try to bring him back to life. So his remains were spread nice and neatly across several graves over the land, and none of them carries his name.
Is part of the sorcerer buried in the cemetery?
I'm not at liberty to say. We swore never to say a word about which grave his left hand is buried in and which holds his right leg. Oh!
Oh, come on, just say it. Which grave's he buried in?
My lips are sealed.
Why was Van Buren actually beheaded, hung and drawn and quartered? Isn't that a little excessive?
You always have to kill an evil mage or sorcerer 3 times so he doesn't come back. Everyone knows that.
Doesn't beheading him and then hanging him present certain logistical problems?
Well, the whole thing wasn't very well prepared. Some mages wanted to ram a wooden stake through his heart instead. Others wanted to burn him. You know how it is. An angry mob, differing opinions. In the end, we can count ourselves lucky he was executed at all.
Do you know how to say open in Ratish?
Oh, well, I could let you know what "are you trying to take the piss" is in the language of the Dark Woods.
I was only asking. Do you by any chance sell lettuce?
No! This is an adventure shop. Adventurers don't eat salad. They go into the woods and slay wild boar.
Then you probably don't have any chicken breast fillets either, do you?
No.
And salad dressing? Oil? Vinegar?
Again, no. Well, actually, I do have oil. Some warriors like rubbing it into their muscles to make them glisten in the sun.
Then I'll have that then.
Oh, I'll even give it to you for free if you promise not to rub it on yourself in front of me.
No promises.
Thanks. I think I'll be going now.
Oh, how's Miss Kiki? Has she sunk her claws in the count yet?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, come on, Wilbur. A hottie like Miss Kiki? She's just a gold digger. The Count will need to watch his back.
But they love one another. They met through a newspaper ad, and it's not very nice to think that of other people, Mr. Whale. Tut tut. Hello? Must have been mistaken. The sorcerer must be buried around here somewhere. They always seem to be family graves. Handy if you want to save space. This is the Lee family grave. They always seem handy if it says Lugosi on this gravestone. This is the Karloff family gravestone. This cross bears the name Cheney. That would be the perfect house for Esther, Gulliver and Nate. The three would bring life back to the village. Or, something along those lines anyway. Esther?
Yes?
I think the book is in a large chest in the castle. A chest sealed with 7 seals.
Can I help?
I, need a hand.
Yes?
From a grave.
Of course, from a grave. Chopping someone's hand off while they're alive wouldn't be very polite, would it?
It must be a certain hand. From the sorcerer Van Buren. I'm sure he's in the village cemetery.
Oh, no problem. Which grave?
I don't know.
I do actually need to know that. It would take a long time to go through countless graves, and we would never be quite sure whether we had got the right hand or the left.
Okay, fine. I'll get back to you. See you later, Esther. I have to go.
Bye.
Lizzie attached a Timmy bait to that tree, a bloody rag. Maybe it's a good sign that it didn't attract Timmy at all. If there's still even just a little Timmy in the were-rat, this will do the trick. Timmy loves bratwurst. Oh no! He jumped right over it. Shh, easy, Timmy. Ouch! I knew you were in there, Timmy. A were-rat would never have been interested in sausages. That's all you. Fight it. Timmy, are you in there?
He's not gonna be there if I leave.
I half expected the sun to come out and everything here to bloom once I defeated the fear. The stove reminds me of the one in my classroom in Seastone. It had a broken pipe too, and it was pretty useless. However, this one looks less pleasant. Oil is oil. The only thing missing now is vinegar.
The only thing?
find it odd that Count Olaf bought a castle in the dark woods. Most old people love the heat and the sun. There's not a lot of either here. Maybe he burns easily.
Yeah, he does. Burns real easy.
No, nothing of interest. What's this cord for?
You can make various bells in the castle ring by pulling it.
But there's only one cord.
Who needs more?
Hmm.
Van Buren is pointing at a key. Is he trying to mock me? Could that be the invisible key that is visible to all? Only, where is it? Ha! That's just a picture. How am I supposed... Or is it? That's a pretty neat trick. I know someone who could tell me what to open is in Ratish. Unfortunately, that someone is running through the dark woods and thinks he's a were-rat. This seal can only be opened by the breath of death. This seal is opened by an invisible key that is visible to all. What could that be? That was easy. This was the first seal, or the third, depending on how you count them. I don't know what kind of oil this is, and I also don't know how it tastes. I just know that it makes warriors' buttocks all shiny. I must find a way to free Timmy from the werewolf curse. Once he's his old self again, I'll give him back his scarf.
Hmm.
I can't kill one of these chickens. And even if I could, I don't want to. Sure, I mean, I like sausages and steaks and sometimes maybe a bucket of fried chickens. But that's different. Those fried chickens don't run around clucking.
Letterbox, huh?
The Count and his young fiancée met through a newspaper ad, which means someone has to fight his way through the mountains on a regular basis.
I mean, not anymore.
Just a single sealed scroll. To Count Vladimir Orlov, the Dark Woods. Oh, hey, the seal bears the Seastone coat of arms. I wonder why someone would send a letter from Seastone to the Dark Woods. The letter's sealed, and it's not proper for a servant to read his master's post.
I have a scroll for you, Master.
Master, this scroll was in the postbox.
From Seastone. Archmage murdered. Wanted, blah blah. Nothing of any importance.
Are you sure?
I'm not interested in politics. Kings and archmages come and go.
Yes, you're right. No reason to burden yourself with such things. There's a picture of the Archmage and me on the cover. Even if the Count isn't interested in politics, he's not likely to let a wanted murderer work for him. He would hand me over to the Van Burens if he noticed. Luckily, the scroll rolled itself back up. Otherwise, the Count may have spotted that his new ego is wanted for murder.
Well, don't say it out loud.
I'll have to be careful. I don't want to go back to Seastone in chains. Luckily, the scroll rolled itself. Otherwise... Not bad, but something is still missing.
Oh, I have to redo the whole thing? Okay, I'm not ready to go back.
In an old building like this, falling masonry is probably an occupational hazard. Wonder if that's why the position of Igor was open. Stone's fairly flat, maybe some sort of roof tile. Yeah! Big white maggots. Okay, if we must. Yeah! This seal will only open to one with a wood. Maybe I can. Master Alistair always says that my heart is in the right place, but apparently that's not good enough for this seal. Although, Van Buren was an evil sorcerer. He wouldn't have been able to open the seal either if worthy heart meant someone decent. He could have meant exactly the opposite, someone who's devious, mean and nasty. This seal can only be opened by the breath of death. I must find a way to free Timmy from the werewolf curse. Once he's his old self again, I'll give him back his scarf. It's sad when you think that none of these things can ever be used by their owners again. Who knows who this flute used to belong to? I'm sure he or she would have loved to have played it for many years more. Maybe I can give it a new purpose. I wonder whether the fear drank the wine. Or was it the last sip of some unfortunate soul here? Ugh! The wine must have been here quite a while. It's gone really sour.
Vinegar.
The wine, so sour, it could make a good substitute for vinegar. Vinegar and oil. Why do people always say the cooking isn't as easy as it looks? Thick white grubs. For some, these things are a source of protein. I'm a little more conservative about my food. The castle really needs to be dusted. But, seeing as how it would be my job as the servant, I think I'll just keep quiet on the subject. The Count probably got tired of always having to clean the mirror. Very old mirror. Except for a few dull spots, it's in good nick. The wine is sour as vinegar. It must have been standing open on the table for a long time. I may not have the nimble hands of a flute player, but I have used one before. The glass is quite heavy. This is certainly due to the bottom of the glass, which is almost 2 imp thumbs thick.
Okie dokie. I believe I am starting to get a bit of a case of the sleepies. So we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I don't have anybody on Twitch to raid out. So we're going to go ahead and play this next Friday. Feel like we're getting somewhere. Making progress every time. Wasn't expecting to get through the entire forest thing. So I'm kind of happy with that. But yeah, we'll do this on for next Friday's campfire. Everybody have a good night.